Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a get ready with me Q&A. I haven't done one of these, I don't think ever, or if I have, it's been a really long time. So we're going to go from this to this in a matter of a few minutes. So yeah, sit back, grab a snack, grab some popcorn. This is going to be a juicy Q&A. Stay tuned and I'll see you guys on the other side. Okay guys, so we're just gonna start right into this makeup tutorial. Get ready with me, not even a makeup tutorial, but I did do my hair off camera, so if you guys wanna see how I get these like little beachy wave type of things, let me know in the comments down below or give this video a thumbs up. But let's just jump right into this. Some juicy questions, show you guys what I do for my everyday makeup, because that is a question I get asked a lot. But I do want to have a disclaimer that I do not do my makeup every day. Most days I look like I just did. But yeah, on days where I have to run errands or have meetings or am going to like lunch or anything, I will put a little bit of my face on. So what I like to do is I start out with my primer, and I'm just using the NYX Pro Filler Primer. We are going to answer the first question. All right, so the first question is, how is your sex life after treatment? So my sex life after treatment is definitely a little interesting. But before I answer that, I'm going in with my IT Cosmetics CC Cream in Fair, because your girl is pale. I do about 1 pump, sometimes 1.5. But sex life after treatment is definitely a lot different. So since the cancer I had was ovarian, they removed my ovaries, like freaking everything down there. So in the words of my doctor, I actually have an 80-year-old vagina. Like everything about it. I actually have to use lube now when Caleb and I have sex. And honestly, like I probably should have been using lube prior to getting sick, just because I feel like it's a lot easier when you're having sex, because women, all the time, we're not always just so like lubed up ourselves. So sex life is changed a ton. Kayla and I, we don't have sex as much as we used to, just because my sex drive isn't there anymore like it used to be either. I mean, I was 23 years old, we're young, we're wild. So you could imagine our sex life was pretty freaking great. And now I'm not saying our sex life isn't great, but the amount of sex we do have a week has definitely decreased. But yeah, my sex drive and sex life after cancer has definitely changed. It's a lot different now too, because my body's different. So yeah, it's just like basically experiencing and learning my body all over again, especially for Caleb. But that doesn't mean our sex life isn't good. I mean, it is fire. Okay, so that is just the base. I actually really love the CC cream. It is just really nice. It feels great on my skin. I don't feel like I'm wearing a ton of makeup, especially in the Florida heat. It does not melt off, which is nice. And it also has SPF 50 in it. And that's just absolutely amazing, because you want to protect your skin. So I just bring it down to my neck. When I'm done with my foundation, that's when I'm gonna move into my under eye concealer stuff. The L'Oreal Professionals Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and this works just as well as Shape Tape, and I think it's like half the price. While I'm doing this, the next question is, how do you stay so positive in general in life? Do you go to therapy or talk to someone? So staying positive in life in general is pretty tough, especially when crazy circumstances or just like funky days happen. Like the other day I had a really like weird funky day, and I was looking at everything in the glass half empty, not half full, but glass half empty perspective. And it's tough. It is tough to find the good or find the positivity or the light in every situation, but it is doable. So I actually, during treatment, I started going to therapy. I haven't actually gone in like 3 months, but that's because I feel like I'm at a way better place now that treatment's over, and I'm feeling a lot more confident in life after cancer and in myself. But what I do to stay positive is sometimes I have to take a step back and kind of be not like mean to myself, but very honest and harsh with myself. Like the other day, I was having a bad day and I had to snap myself out of it. Like, Cheyann, why are you upset? Look at it from a different perspective. And when I looked at it from the glass half full perspective, I was like, wow, you know, things are gonna look up, this is gonna be okay. But it's not easy. So my biggest advice is to really just recognize when you are kind of being hard on yourself and having a bad day, and take a step back and tell yourself like, hey, you got this, you're a great person, whatever I'm facing, I can do this, and try to find the good in whatever you're facing. So my funky day, I turn that around by saying, you know what, this is a funky day, but tomorrow's gonna be a great day, and whatever I'm struggling with, there's a light and there's a good in that situation. And sometimes you just have to search for it. But I also think going to therapy helped me a ton to recognize that I'm having a hard time or having a bad day. So yeah, that is how I kind of stay positive. And I realize too, I'm a human and I'm not hard on myself when I do have those bad days. So be kind to yourself. So now that I have my bags a little covered, I'm going to set them because I crease super bad under my eyes and like on my forehead. As you can tell, it's already like creasing. So what I like to do is use the Wet n Wild contouring palette. As you can tell, I've hit pan because I use this all the time. So just go like this, put it on my eye, and FYI, I am not a makeup professional. I basically learned how to do all of this off YouTube. Super tomboy growing up. So there is that. Now once that is set, I go in and I put a little bit of bronzer on my face because you don't want to look like a pale ghost 24/7. I just used the Pure Mineral Glow. This came in just like not a PR kit, like a gift set thing that I got for Christmas. It is pretty dark though, I don't know if you can see, for my skin, so I do a light bit. Now while we're doing that, let's answer another question. What is something you wish people knew about you? Something I wish that y'all knew about me is that I actually have my medical marijuana card and I really enjoy cannabis. When I was sick, I actually used cannabis to help with the side effects of treatment and just to help me feel better, and I truly believe it's what really helped make that cancer go away, because the cancer I had was resistant to chemo, but that is another story in itself. But yeah, I really do love cannabis. Growing up, I was always taught that cannabis and marijuana was the devil's drug. Don't touch it, you're gonna freaking go to hell and you're gonna be a loser, you're not gonna amount to anything. That's just what was instilled in my head. But when I was diagnosed with cancer, I was brought to like the cannabis world and told like, hey, you need to try this. Even my doctor told me I needed to try this. And that's when I got my medical card. And ever since I've been experiencing marijuana, I have felt like it has actually helped my anxiety and depression tremendously. I'm not always in my head. It helps my creativity too. So that's always a plus. But yeah, I use cannabis pretty much every single night to help calm me down, help get me out of my head, and just to relax and have a great time. But I do think that cannabis, if you are thinking about using it, I think people should be at least 25 because that's when our brains start developing. But yeah, before you have opinions about it, I just suggest like really researching it because I was super negative when it came to it, and now honestly I freaking love it, and I can't wait to, you know, talk more about it on my channel, on a podcast that potentially is in the works with Mr. Caleb and I, and just being more open about it, because I feel like there's this really weird stigma about cannabis when it comes from the earth. you know, and I truly believe it saved my life. So that's something you didn't know, now you know. Now, as you can see, I'm a little bit bronzed, so I like just to put it on the top of my head, on my little cheeks, across my nose, under here, on my ears, and down my neck, and a little on my chest, because we want to blend it. All right, once I'm done with that, I'm actually gonna go back in with my Wet n Wild contouring kit, and I'm gonna take the shade where I've like hit pan, and I'm just gonna put that on my eyelids, just to kind of set them and have a nice base. I think that's what it's supposed to do. But this is what I do pretty much every time I want to get out the door. Now I'm going to go in with this darker shade and just put that all in my crease. And while I'm doing that, let's answer Cheyann, another question. Have you ever dealt with depression besides during cancer? I have. So when I was 19 years old, I tore my ACL for the second time. I tore it when I was 18 and then re-tore it when I was 19 after I already had a reconstruction surgery. And that was during basketball, and basketball was my life. I was going to community college for it, hoping to get to like a higher level. And I re-tore my ACL, and when I re-tore it, that was like the last straw. They ended up putting a bolt in my leg. And the doctor said, basically, kid, you're done playing basketball. So I ended up gaining like 20, or not even 20, probably like 10 pounds, which isn't a ton, but for me, I was a smaller person, always had like a six-pack because of sports. So I went through a depressive state because I was like, basketball's over. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I don't even know if I wanna go to college anymore. Like, what the heck, like everything I've worked so hard for is now gone. I played basketball since I was 4 years old. Goal was to be a Division I athlete. It was over. So I did go through a depression. I freaking slept a ton, ate a ton, didn't want to be around people, didn't recognize myself. And that's actually when I met Caleb and things started to turn around, and I found fitness, and that's what really brought me out of that depression and depressive state, because I felt like I finally found my purpose again, because I always thought basketball was my purpose and my calling. And once I lost everything, it was like, oh gosh, now what am I gonna do? So yeah, I've totally dealt with depression. And then obviously during cancer, I went through a little bit of depression, not necessarily during cancer, but it was more after, life after cancer. Real quick, what I'm gonna do is take this little like pencil-y smudge brush and just go under my eyeline thing down here to just bring the look a little together. Sorry, I have a mirror right down here. But yeah, life after cancer, I struggled with depression, PTSD, anxiety. My depression isn't bad anymore. It's actually, I don't have depression. Well, I don't want to say I don't have it. I have my days, but it's not terrible anymore. It's definitely under control. Same with my anxiety, but I still have my days, like the survivor's guilt and whatnot. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use this crazy contraption. I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. Okay, once my eyelashes are curled, I use the L'Oreal Voluminous Paradise mascara. Okay, now my eyelashes are curled, mascara on, but moving on. Now that I have my mascara on, we are going to finish off this look with some highlighter. I'm using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in, is this a color? I don't know the color, but this is what it looks like. It's really, really pretty, very pigmented. Then I'm just gonna take this little fluffy brush, put my highlighter right here on the tip of my nose, there, and here. Then that look is done. So the next question is, you dropped out of college, right? What did your parents think? So I am actually, and I'm actually proud of this, I am a 2-time college dropout. Not from, you know, like some big universities, but from community college. So I went to a community college in California where I played basketball, ended up hating it because the coach was actually saying like very inappropriate things to me and to some other players. So I ended up leaving not even halfway through the season. I literally just hated that school, hated the town, hated everything about it. So I did drop out, and then I didn't think I was gonna play basketball anymore because that coach basically ruined it all for me. And then I ended up going back to a community college in Washington where I lived with my stepdad and my stepmom. I basically have two dads, my biological dad, and then my mom married my stepdad. They got divorced, but he still stayed in my life from like 10 to now, and just always kind of considered him dad. But long story short, me and my real dad have a really good relationship now. So I ended up moving in with my stepdad and his new wife. I went to community college and ended up dropping out there because that's when I re-tore my ACL and I was like, I'm done. And that's when Caleb and I reconnected. I decided that, you know what, I don't want to do long distance anymore. I'm not going to college, don't have basketball, so why am I still in Washington? And I dropped out and moved to Florida to be with Caleb. My mom was pretty proud of me. She didn't really necessarily always force college on me. My biological dad was super supportive, but my stepdad and stepmom, no, they were pissed, and they're still like pissed to this day. I'm actually, like, I consider myself the black sheep of that part of the family, just because they were so disappointed in me, and I still think they have that, not resentment, but like disapproval, because I did drop out. So yeah, they were not happy at all. My mom and my biological dad, they didn't really care. They just said, whatever you want to do, kid, as long as you're happy. But yeah, my stepdad and stepmom, ooh, I can still like hear and see the disapproval all over their face. All right, guys, so this is like the finished look. This is all I do. Super simple. When I have to get out the door, it takes me like 10 minutes for my face. But I do want to answer a couple more questions, and then that is going to end this long Get Ready With Me chit chat Q&A. What supplements do you take daily? So I actually don't take a ton of supplements. I just ordered the Alani Nu vegan protein, so that just came yesterday, and I'm going to try that to incorporate a little bit more protein in my diet, because I'm not getting a ton, especially since I'm like a plant-based diet. And plus my stomach handles shakes a lot better than a lot of food in big portions. But I do take a cranberry pill daily. I take fiber pill, and I also take vitamin D pills, but those are the only supplements I do take. What is your current workout split? So right now, since I do have my show coming up in like 17 days, my workout and eating regimen is a lot different than it normally is. So right now I'm working out 5 days a week. I'm eating like 5-6 meals a day, and I'm really pushing myself. But once the show's over, I'm going to go into a workout split of maybe 4 days a week, maybe 5 days. But basically it's gonna be 2 days of legs, 1 day of a push workout, 1 day of a pull workout, and then on Friday, if I'm feeling like I'm still ready to go, my body can handle it, I might do a full body workout or hit my lower body again with a leg workout a little bit lighter. So that is my current workout split. Super excited for the show in 17 days. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. I hope it was interesting. I hope you liked the Get Ready With Me. I'm not a makeup expert, but yeah, I had fun filming this, a little bit different for my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.